After its acclaimed Off-Broadway run, Liberation is now transferring to Broadway. So what do you need to know about this play? Hi friends, my name is Katharine Quinn. If you are new here, I am a 30-something living in New York City working on Broadway. I run a company called And That's Showbiz. We've got two branches of the company. On one side, we do marketing for Broadway shows like The Great Gatsby, Maybe Happy Ending, The Notebook on Tour, and about a dozen others. And then on the production side, we've got a channel here on YouTube called And That's Showbiz. And we do Broadway interviews, behind the scenes, game shows, etc. So make sure you check that channel out as well. And today we are talking about Liberation. This is a show that I got to see off-Broadway earlier this year. I really enjoyed it. Spoiler. And so I'm going to break down the basics of what you need to know, the when, the where, the who, a little bit about the plot without spoiling too much, and who the show might be for. So stick around. So as I mentioned, the show was at Roundabout earlier this year, and it is now at the James Earl Jones Theater, opening officially October 28th, but starting previews October 8th. So what is Liberation? It's 1972, and we meet a group of women in a consciousness-raising group. So this is the women's liberation movement, early days, women gathering to talk about their lives in mostly a single setting. It's super intimate. This is written by Bess Wohl and directed by Whitney White. I'm a huge fan of both Bess Wohl and Whitney White, so this show is going to be like catnip for me. So here's some of the things that really struck me about this play without any spoilers. It centers around a mother-daughter relationship. The protagonist is essentially Bess Wohl, played by Susannah Flood. The actors in the show are absolutely incredible, honest and vulnerable, and directed beautifully by Whitney White. It's also just refreshing to see a play full of women talking. I don't know, gathering in space, especially in 2025. It's like, you know, one of those things where it makes you want to rage scream a little bit that like this play that takes place in 1972, a year before Roe v. Wade passes, and now it's 2025 and we're losing rights that they were fighting for, which is crazy. But there is a bit of discussion about the waves of feminism in conversation with one another and intersectionality between races and feminism. Whose liberation actually is it? And it's like an interesting play that causes self-reflection, as the best art does. There's one bit of staging from the off-Broadway production that lives rent-free in my brain. It's not a sad show necessarily, but I held it together all the way through, and then something moved me so deeply towards the end of the show, and I just, you know, broke open. But it's really beautiful. There are 8 actors in the show. It is a true ensemble. Betsy Aidem, Audrey Corset, Kayla Davion, Susanna Flood, Crystina Lloyd, Irene Sophia Lucio, Charlie Thurston, and Adina Verson. There is no big marquee name. The ensemble is the star, and the chemistry between this cast is really remarkable. So who is this for? Who should see this? You should see this if you want to feel something real, if you care about, you know, women's stories, feminism. If you're interested in stories about mother-daughter relationships, the messiness and the beauty and the complicatedness. If you generally find yourself drawn to conversation-driven ensemble work. If you like theater that's entertaining but also makes you think. This is a limited run. I think it's a really beautiful show. Again, 14 weeks only at the James Earl Jones Theater. Previews begin October 8th. I do really recommend this show. So I'm very curious. Did you see this at Roundabout? Do you have your tickets for Broadway? Are you planning on seeing the show? Are you curious? If you've already seen it, please let us know what you thought down in the comments. I try to read everyone, and nothing makes me happier than when people are starting to have conversation within the comments about what they thought about the show or questions that you have about the show. So make sure you engage down there. If you enjoyed this video, giving me a quick thumbs up genuinely helps the YouTube algorithm tell what other wonderful people just like you to push these videos out to who might also find them helpful. So it really means a lot to me. Feel free to follow me on Instagram and TikTok @Katharine Quinn. Check out And That's Showbiz, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye, friends.